Well, good morning, afternoon, evening. It's Curt and Jen, and this is our podcast that happens, and guess what? Whenever you want. Whenever you want. Morning, afternoon, evening, it's up to you.
Yes, we are so flexible.
You're flexible. I'm too old to be flexible.
On your favorite platform.
There you go.
If you could, seriously, if you could just put the like button, if you could hit the follow button, if you could hit the subscribe button, any button that you hit that's positive is
I'll
good.
take it. That's right. There are other button choices.
Hit the
that we're not gonna talk
buttons,
about.
everybody.
Hit the buttons.
Kraken gear, can I just say?
Yeah.
Kraken.
Yeah, we're matching Kraken.
If you're watching, Kraken. If you're not, we're just telling you we're both wearing Kraken gear.
And that has nothing to do with the Kraken. The season has not started yet. It's coming soon. But
When does it start? Do you know?
I think the first preseason game is later this month. I think it's the 26th.
Go
maybe?
Kraken.
Go Kraken. Speaking of which, we're going to talk about the most expensive sports stadiums for a hot dog and a beer on today's program. Right?
Curt, you researched this. I have a feeling that it's not going to bode well for Seattle if it's one of our headlines.
It's, you know what? That's a bit of, here's a spoiler alert. It's not going to bode well for Seattle.
Oh, crap. We already know this. So, okay, what else are we talking about?
We're going to talk about, there's a delicious new flavor. I think it sounds delicious, of M&ms.
Okay.
Coming in October. And the Super Bowl halftime show performer has been announced.
I am not excited about this. This does not make me want to watch the Super Bowl, and it's the commercials and the halftime show that I usually watch for, unless it's the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Right, which it will be this year probably.
Yeah, so that's good. That'll make up for the halftime performer that I'm super not excited about.
Do you know, when you're talking about abbreviations for texting, what GREMG is an abbreviation for?
No, I would have to Google that.
You don't have to. I just made it up. It's not an abbreviation for anything. But
Oh, okay. I'm like, wow, I do not know.
GREMG, everybody. You know what it probably is. We're going to look at the abbreviations the most Googled, so I guess the people that are looking saying, hey, what does GREMG mean?
It doesn't mean anything because Curt makes things up all the time.
That's fun. But we will find the ones that actually do exist.
And did you survive avocado hand this summer? I did. I did survive it.
I don't know if I have avocado
Well, you're
hands.
going to find out if you did.
Did we survive? I like that.
I love that September 9th is the most common birthday to have. I saw this on social media last night, and I wrote it down for our show notes, and then it was in a little bit of show prep things that we do.
Well, please explain.
Big. So this is the most popular or common birthday in the United States, according to the Social Security Administration. It's number 1. September 19th is next. And then my birthday, September 12th, is number 3.
I like how you worked that in there, everybody. Guess what's coming up?
It's because more babies are made leading up to the holidays. So if you have one of these birthdays, or the birthdays in between the 9th, I think it's the 9th and the 15th. It means your parents were shagging on Christmas.
Were they? The old Christmas shag?
Yes. They were humping.
You've never used the word shag before in your life, I don't think.
I have, but not often. I prefer humping.
So, yeah. If today is your birthday, by the way, congratulations for having those popular
Happy birthday.
Yeah. And also, we were going to share that there, in case you didn't know, and some of these are a surprise, that on your birthday, a lot of restaurants offer you free stuff.
I did not know all these things.
Mm-hmm. Now, keep in mind, you might have to sign up for their rewards club first or something. However, free deals on your birthday, Starbucks, Denny's, IHOP, Arby's.
Arby's, you get curly fries for free for your birthday.
Which you love.
I do like curly fries.
I think Outback, Olive Garden, I believe. You get a free scoop of ice cream at Baskin Robbins.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
I also decided it was also a Krispy Kreme has something for your birthday, probably free donut.
As long as you sign up for their little club.
There you go. We're just trying to help you out. You can treat yourself on your very own birthday to some of those yummy, delicious places.
And right? Curt, it's not even your birthday, but I brought you some presents.
Thank you.
You ready for this?
I don't know. Am I ready for this?
Okay, so I gotta get this up. On Friday's show, we talked about the cereal. Mm-hmm. And the number 1 cereal is this one.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
And I bought the giant size because it was the most economical.
And
I've already opened it because I wanted some when I got home. And it's so good. So this is for you to try. I'm not giving you the whole box because I want another bowl.
We have to explain that I've not ever had these in my life.
Never. That's what I said. You've never had them. You've never had the number 1 cereal. Ever, ever, never.
That's fun. If
the
you can
back
see
of the
picture,
box?
the back of the box is just a giant face.
And then you also mentioned that you had never tried Oreo O's cereal, so I purchased some of those for you.
And
cereal's not cheap is what I'm going to tell you.
I'm going to say that this is going to taste like if you crunched up Oreo cookies and put them in milk, right? Because you said, no, there's a difference.
Well, because they hold up more. I'm just gonna open these. You can try it.
Listen to that sound effect for the radio.
Oreo.
Or the podcast.
It's just like, they look like Apple Jacks, only they're brown.
Okay, so this is a taste test of the Oreo-O's cereal.
So good. Our friend Lori would not be proud of us right now. This is like so processed food. It's terrible for us. And starting out with sugar in the morning, not good.
You know what those taste like? They taste like Oreos.
Only crunchier. So they'll hold up in milk more. Because when you dip your Oreo, anyway, it gets a little soggier.
Right. But there's a little bit of a funky aftertaste to those. It's not like just eating an Oreo.
No.
And Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh,
apparently,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Everybody in the world has had Cinnamon
Toast Crunch. It's not my favorite, but it's the number one cereal in America.
Good.
Okay. Well, you need to try it with milk. You need to try it for real. Okay, so those are that's that. And then I have two more presents for you.
Thank you.
My roommate Jackie, friend and roommate Jackie, she made delicious pumpkin spice cookies. And I brought you some. They're really good.
You're not
and I don't even like pumpkin spice. No, I love these. It's not pumpkin spice. I think it's just pumpkin cookies with frosting. So there's those. But that was her second batch of cookies that she made, because the first batch, I have a big story. These are called brown butter bourbon chocolate chip cookies. And she was making these for her team because she's going on a business trip and she's going to her corporate office in Utah.
Okay.
That's important.
Utah.
Because in Utah, this company happens to be Mormon owned. And she's making these cookies, and then I come downstairs and she's like, oh my gosh. She actually used some swear words. I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, do you think it's going to be a problem that I'm making brown butter bourbon cookies for Mormons?
Yes.
I'm like, yes, I think it might be.
Bryce, remember our
I know,
general sales manager.
They don't drink.
Yeah.
Okay, so but here's the thing.
But that's the thing.
They cook out. Yes, she puts bourbon in here, but it cooks out, right?
Right.
And that was her thing. She's like, it cooks out. And I said, do you want me to call our friend Lori, because her family is Mormon.
Okay.
And she used to be Mormon, and so she will know the answer. And so I called, and she's like, yes, it will be a problem.
I thought so.
But here's what Lori said.
Just don't call them bourbon cookies.
Just call them brown butter cookies.
Yeah.
Chocolate chip cookies. And then we're like, okay, well, that doesn't seem very we're not so sure. Well, then the cookies just didn't turn out. These are not supposed to be flat cookies. They still taste delicious. They taste like her regular cookies, but she was not happy. She's like, it looks like a toddler made these. This is not going to be any good. So
give them to Curt.
We're going to give these. So I'm giving them away to my friends because they are so delicious. And the reason that they didn't puff up is because of the baking soda.
Okay.
She went to get the baking soda for these new cookies that she decided to make, and it was the wrong kind of baking soda. It was refrigerator cleaner baking soda, which is different than regular baking soda. It's marketed differently. They do not recommend for baking. It's still safe to eat, though.
I didn't know that.
There you go.
Tk you very much for the left out. You know what?
It's part of the things I learned this weekend, but that's not everything. So anyway.
Well, we did have a great weekend with our sports teams.
Oh.
So the Washington State University Cougars won. The University of Washington Huskies won.
Go Dogs.
And the Seattle Seahawks won.
Go Hawks.
And the Mariners won 2 of their 3 games this weekend.
Versus the Cardinals. Yeah, we'll take that. I mean, 2 of 3, that's good.
No complaints there. So, but that leads us to this. We just found out.
Yes, Curt.
Guess which team's fans are going to spend the most out of all NFL stadiums for a beer and a hot dog at the game. All right? They broke it down. Somebody that has too much time on their hands went through and found out how much a beer and a hot dog will cost at every major stadium for the NFL this season. We'll start with number 3, all right? We have an average number here, which we'll get to in a second. The number 3 most expensive brew and a hot dog is either at these 3 tied. The Bears, New Orleans Saints, and Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
$19 for a beer and a dog at those 3, all right? Number 2, both the LA teams, LA Rams and LA Chargers, $19.49 for a brew and a hot dog. And number 1, most expensive place,
I know.
Lumen Field, the Seattle Seahawks, $19.98.
Come on. It is a freaking hot dog and a beer. Costco managed to sell their hot dogs for $1.50.
Yes.
$1.50. And if you bought some beer at Costco, it would probably be about maybe $2 a beer. Maybe. It's probably less than that.
I don't have any data on that, but I'm going to trust you. regardless,
so that's-
$19.98. Let's just round it up to $20.
Well, you may as well 2 cents less.
2 cents. So there, the average overall for a hot dog and a beer at all these stadiums was $15.02. So if you want to, here's a consideration: if you want to change teams that you root for to save money on beers and stuff like that,
Who's the cheapest?
the cheapest were the Atlanta Falcons.
No, is it? Or what if 4 teams only charge?
That's just for a beer.
Oh,
A beer and a hot dog at Falcons for the Falcons is $7.49. The Dolphins in Miami $9.98.
$10.
Yeah, $10, and then about $12 for the
You know what?
Texans and Ravens and Lions.
I hope their fans appreciate that because we're paying over double that.
Well, I can remember when people would go spend $5 for a beer at the stadium. That was a lot of money. It's like, oh my God, they're gouging us. So the places that just have the beer for $5.50, New York Jets. You want to be a Jets fan, Lions fan, Dolphins fan, or a Falcons fan? $5.50.
Transition music. I don't want to talk about.
You don't want to talk about anything else?
I can't
All right.
afford to listen to it.
Oh my God, it's killing us. But
what?
if you want to spend your money on something besides hot dogs and beers,
Like popcorn?
which is also probably $20.
It is. It's expensive to eat at the concession stand at the movies.
Big movies opening this weekend. Well, the big one.
That already opened.
Was
And
30 odd years in the making.
Beetlejuice made $110 million.
In its opening weekend. That
Yep.
was, yeah. So that's the second biggest September opening of all time. That was actually beat by It, the first chapter of It, which debuted at $123 million in 2017. Now, there's a bit of a caveat there because people say, how is It make more movie than Beetlejuice? Well, you don't know what else was opening that weekend. I mean, it could have been the only thing opening, or maybe the other movies were crappy.
Yeah, but it's wait, hold on.
That's what I'm saying. When they compare these, people say, well...
I was trying to figure out, it's not like It was a new movie this year. It's
No,
just,
in
it's
2017.
September of, got it.
Right.
I missed that part.
So Beetlejuice is also the best, third best opening of the year behind Deadpool and Wolverine and Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
And we have not seen Beetlejuice yet.
I have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet either. I heard it's very, very violent, though. There's a lot of violence.
Well, they're all pretty violent.
More so. Even more so
okay.
than the first two.
Well, in my opinion, and don't take your kids. I'm not saying that. But it's comedic violence. You know what I mean? It's not as much as...
It's funny violence? Okay.
Yeah, he's like, hey, his arm got ripped off. Ha, 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 ha.
All right.
Maybe,
okay.
maybe that's the bad way to look at it, I suppose.
Curt, you're very excited about these new M&Ms that are expected to launch soon.
I was surprised last time I went to the store, and I ended up in the candy section, which is every time I go to the store. No. There are, as you know, there are many different variants of M&Ms now.
Yes,
Most
many.
of them are different levels of peanut
Caramel.
butter. Yeah, and caramel and
There's
stuff like
crunchies.
that. Just going to be out in December. This was debuted at the NACS show. That's the National Association of Convenience Stores, which I had to look up.
That's when they're going to debut in October. They're going to debut at this
is going to be
convenience store convention.
not just peanut butter M&Ms, peanut butter and jelly M&Ms. Each little M&M is going to have peanut butter and jelly in it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You haven't tried them yet.
I haven't. I'm just saying from listening to this new M&M.
Well, already people were like, they're saying that the flavor of the peanut butter and jelly M&Ms out in October will be similar to the strawberry peanut butter M&Ms from 2009, which I don't remember.
Which they aren't even around anymore, I don't think.
Right. They must not have done very well. I would have liked to have tried those.
I wonder what they're changing about it to make it
Well,
better.
immediately, of course, it's the internet. So people, you can't just, it's got to be grape jelly, And they're like, no, it's not grape jelly. It's got to be apricot within the M&Ms.
I got it.
Okay. Because people are going to argue about everything, right?
Yeah.
And they have no choice.
The Tonight Show is changing to 4 nights a week. I guess Jimmy Fallon was done with 5 days a week. He couldn't do it.
I didn't know that the other shows, that you've got Kimmel and you've got Stephen Colbert and even Late Night with Seth Meyers, which is on a little bit later, obviously, but they all do 4 shows a week now.
Oh, okay. So he's just following suit. So
yeah.
he was
a repeat on Friday.
A repeat on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
New episodes Monday through Thursday, a repeat on Friday night. So the Tonight Show, I guess they're last to make this big switch, but Jimmy Fallon is like, I wonder if a lot of it, do you think any of it could be financial?
Probably. I mean, it's one less night you got to pay for people.
Yeah.
I bet you he's not getting a pay cut, though.
He probably is not.
I'm going to go with that. Other people will, but not him.
So, well, he's going to be doing at least a show a week. through 2028. That's how long his contract is
Okay.
with the Tonight Show.
All right.
You mentioned earlier, and this is usually people are very excited to hear the announcement of the who's doing a halftime show for the Super Bowl.
I usually am so excited to hear.
And you're only not excited because you're just not familiar with the artist's music.
Well, right.
Right.
I mean, I could not name one song of his, but he is very, very popular.
Right. Kendrick Lamar has been chosen to headline the Super Bowl headline show, halftime show. Was that a Kendrick Lamar song? Or was that
No.
just a ta-da music?
That was just like Michael. Like
Okay.
this is
This
so
will be
exciting.
Kendrick's first time headlining, and he is a huge international, generational superstar. That is
Hip hop.
It's going to be his second Super Bowl halftime show because he was part of the hip hop themed show in 2022.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was part of that.
I
whole
forgot
group thing.
about that.
Now he'll be doing his own deal. Kendrick Lamar doing the Super Bowl halftime show, Super Bowl 59. That is going to be happening coming up here on, February 9th.
And we'll find out who the Seahawks will be taking on.
I like that.
Right?
Positive.
Put it out in the universe.
It is out in the universe. Okay, so over the weekend,
Yeah, what did you do this weekend, Curt
well,
Cruz?
we had a very nice time yesterday with our neighbors. Just, you know what? Getting together with neighbors every now and again for a barbecue is a good thing. Plus, it used to be because they had a baby. Our little neighbors, Ben and Angeli, have a little baby, Yvonne. That gave Dana a chance to hold a baby, which, that's an important thing.
Does that mean you guys are going to have a baby?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it means that Yvonne is now a year and 8 months. So is he too big to hold and be a baby? I think
He's a
so.
year and 8 months?
He's walking by himself.
Yeah, but you can still hold him.
Well, you can, but it's not. Is it the same as holding a baby?
No, not a newborn baby.
Because
no.
now he fights to get away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So evidently he also we did hear some of his new words, which sit down is a big one for some reason. Because I assume that they say that to him all the time. Sit down. But he likes Bella the Beagle, but that's Baywee. That's how he says Bella.
Okay,
And
cute.
finally, the big with
So
a
did
big
you
big
host
thing.
the barbecue?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was delicious, of course. I don't do the barbecuing. My wife does because
What did you barbecue?
she always likes that. We had a great salmon.
Yum.
All right. That was the big thing. And we threw in a couple of chicken beasts. So that was fun. But the other thing I did this weekend was we did the fundraiser. It's a big night out for there's a guild with Seattle Children's Hospital called the Little Lemon Drops Guild. Mm-hmm. And they, like a lot of other people trying to help out with Seattle Children's, they try to help make sure that the patients there, the kids there get the highest quality health care regardless of their ability to pay. So once a year, they have this get together. It's an outdoor movie night. And then since I have the big 25-foot screen and all the sound equipment, so we went and we supported this big event on Saturday night. And the movie this year was Little Mermaid, which I had never seen.
You haven't seen? Did you watch the whole thing this
Yeah,
weekend?
I had no choice. I just sat there and
Okay.
it was not what I expected. Honestly, I didn't know what the movie was about. I didn't know that. Can I do spoiler alerts? Or
Yes, it's fine.
I figured everybody in the world besides me has seen
Yes, that's
it.
true.
So she offered to give up her voice. It's like, come on, Ariel, what are you thinking? But she really wanted to have legs.
So she could have love.
Yes. Legs led to love, so she was willing to give up her voice.
Don't they always?
Legs lead to love. What did you do this weekend, Jen?
I learned things. I learned so many things.
What did you learn?
I was at Costco and I confirmed that I knew that they were coming back in style, but overalls, they are the in thing. Several people wearing them, but not only that, straight out of the 80s, they wear one strap down. Did you ever wear overalls?
I have overalls for when I'm doing yard work. Yeah, I've got my.
Do you wear one strap off, one shoulder?
No.
Well, I would because you'd be super in.
But see, that's for the fashion part of it. I wear coveralls.
Functional?
Because, yes,
For
exactly.
the functional part?
I'm going back in betwixt the blackberry bushes. I don't want to get poked.
I mean, I out loud said, "Oh my God, it's full on back in overalls with only one shoulder on."
Well, were they white? Were they multicolored? Different colors?
I think that they were a light denim color these people were wearing, like acid wash maybe.
Because they're supposed to be practical. They serve a purpose, and it's a good purpose. And it's
These
not
are
to be
fashion.
festive.
It's fashion. Anyway, I learned that they are back in, and that yes, indeed, you do only wear one strap over your shoulder. The
Or
other
be like
strap's
me and
hanging.
everybody else. Go get your Carhartt. It's heavy duty.
Oh, geez.
Coveralls, and that's not a commercial for Carhartt, but yeah, all right. Well, you know what? What do you wear underneath?
Well, if you're fashion, like this person was wearing like a little tight crop top thing, like tank top, crop top.
Okay.
Is that what you wear?
I'm not going to wear that either.
Are you gonna wear that?
No crop tops for me. I gave that up like months ago.
Oh my God. Okay. I also
So you learned that about
okay,
the
so
overalls.
I went to two birthday parties, monumental parties. My friend Ryan had a 50th birthday party. My friend Matthew had a 40th birthday party.
Pivotal, years.
Big ones. Yeah. So I was at Ryan's party and got to reconnect with my friends, Sandy and Romarks.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, we were like, okay, what are you up to? What's your future looking like? Because they've got 2 sets of twins, by the way. They have bigs and littles, 4 boys.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And they said, well, once they're out of school, we're thinking about moving to a blue zone. And I'm like, I'm thinking, aren't we Washington State? Aren't we in a blue zone? Aren't we?
That's
I was
what I thought
thinking
it meant.
politics.
That's what I thought as well. What does a blue zone mean?
No, it does not, Curt.
There's blue states and red states, right?
Yes.
And so what is a
that's
blue?
what I thought.
A blue
no,
zone.
No. A blue zone is where people live to be 100 or older. Like the most, like in these areas where there are so many people that have very long lives. So like Greece, Italy.
Oh.
I don't know where
the
other blue
Scandinavian
zones.
countries.
Japan. Yeah. So I'm like, so they had to explain that to me, and I'm like, am I the only person that doesn't know this?
Well, I didn't know either, so
now I know that I'm not the only one.
Because of what? Blue hair? That's not very nice.
I don't know why it's called the Blue Zone. Is it for blue hair? There's a documentary. They're like, watch the documentary about blue zones.
Okay, then we'll find out.
So we need to do that. I do intend to do that.
Do you want to live to be 100 plus?
Yeah, if I can do it in a healthy way.
Right.
It's these zones where they eat healthy, they dine together, they slow down. Yeah, let me bring you 4 things of sugary things.
I appreciate that.
2 things of cookies and 2 things of sugar cereal. They also taught me what FOMS means. FOMS.
Is it an abbreviation or is it a word?
Abbreviation.
Well, do we want to go to the next story? Or you want to tell me right now?
I'm going to tell you right now, and then we can go, because it leads into the next story.
Okay, what does FOMS mean?
Not fear of missing out, fear of missing sleep.
Fear of missing
They're
sleep.
like, we suffer from FOMS all the time. I'm like, what?
Awesome. So somebody invites you to a party.
They're like, we're experiencing FOMS right now.
We'd like to go, but we
FOMS,
need sleep.
But FOMS.
Jeez. I do like that. That's
They're
pretty
awesome.
funny. Okay, so what you're talking about there, about the abbreviations, the text abbreviations and stuff, we did not know FOMS. Now we do.
Yep.
And we're not going to give you all of these, but there's a website that came up with the list of over 100 of the most popular text abbreviations. And then they went through Google and found out how many people had Googled what does FOMS or whatever mean. And so these are the most Googled text abbreviations. So I guess you could say, just by default, these are the ones that people don't want to know what they are.
Right.
Should we start with the big ones? Or
Yeah,
okay.
let's go with the big ones.
Let's do the top 10 here.
Okay.
Let's round through them. SMH, which is shaking my head.
That's the highest one.
The most searched when people say, what does SMH mean? POV is point of view. NSFW, not safe for work. We knew those,
Did
right?
you say what SMH was? Shaking my head?
Shaking my head,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
FOMO, fear of missing out. TLDR, I did not know. But that's an awesome one. Too long, didn't read.
Oh, I need to remember that one.
Did you see my text? Yeah, TLDR.
Oh
IYKYK, that's IYKYK if you know, you know. Up to number 7, which is OFC, of course. Of course is short enough you don't need to abbreviate it.
Well, not only that, it's not an even
It
abbreviation.
should be OC.
Yeah.
That means Orange County.
You know what? No, I don't like that one.
Okay.
That doesn't even make sense.
Did you know IMO in my opinion?
In my opinion, I
Sure.
did know that one.
IIRC, if I recall correctly, never seen that.
Never me either.
And HMU is hit me up. Hit me up. Most Googled of those abbreviations. Anything else on here that you were?
Well, I
unfamiliar with?
had to look up, and I use this often, actually, now that I looked it up. SMH.
Shaking my head.
No, slapping my head. This one. And they
Face
have
palm?
the slapping my head.
Well, it can't be SMH.
Slapping my head. I guess it can't be. It's already used. Well, shoot. I screwed that
I
up.
thought that was.
I
I
know.
thought it was like a face palm. Because it's you just think your forehead. We don't know about these things. The only ones that I didn't know that I saw in the top 20 here, as you go down it, NGL is not going to lie. Did not know that.
AFK, away from the keyboard.
That's one that I knew. Outfit of the day.
You knew that? Away from my keyboard? Why? Who would even say that?
Well, it's like if you're going to say that you're having a text thing and you're like, you put that down because you're going to go, make a pit stop or something. You would send that before somebody sent something to you. Like, That's almost like saying, hang on a second, I'll be right back.
And that's what I would say.
Hang on a second.
Not
HOAS. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
There's your most popular ones of all those.
Just use voice to text and then proofread it before you send it. I would recommend.
I'm not good at voice to text either.
All right.
Because I talk too much.
Did you survive avocado ham summer? Did you survive it?
I think I did because I'm still alive.
Okay.
But explain this.
Okay.
You found this avocado hand summer, which I thought means that somehow your hands would look like avocados, or you're working in the garden too much?
At first, when I read the headline for that, I'm like, ooh, does that mean you have like crepey, gross hands because from the sunshine?
That's what I would have thought.
It's not. Mm-hmm. It's because it's all about slicing fresh fruit and vegetables during the summer because you typically would eat more of them. And so it's about cutting yourself.
All I have is a cut on my. I have that cut right there. You can barely see it anymore, and that was
on your wrist.
No, it's on the top side of my wrist. So that was from a blackberry bush, not from cutting fruit.
Oh, a blackberry bush like cut you that deeply that it scarred you?
No, it's not a scar. It was a scratch.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
But I'm not from cutting fruit. I've not cut very much fruit.
Well, avocados especially, they're hard to cut and they cut you like when you take the pit out. How do you take the pit out of an avocado?
I don't. I've never.
Well, typically you would, even in restaurants, they do it this way. You slam like a knife down to get it into the pit and twist the pit out.
Oh, but if you miss with that slice.
I have missed before, and it hurts so badly. I sliced in between my thumb and my fingers.
That's really painful.
That's
like a paper cut.
I just went down, and I thought I got the avocado and went to twist, and it all came loose, and whack.
How's that sound effect again? Whack. So, did you survive this year with no...
I did survive this year. I have suffered other years, though.
Well, you'll be happy to know that it says here, the demographic most likely to suffer avocado hands was women in their 20s and 30s.
I was probably 30 when that happened.
Okay. Well, if you do it again,
maybe 40.
You're still in your 30s, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what you're going to go with? The demographic least likely is males under the age of 17.
That's because males under 17 don't cut avocados.
So do males...
Or fruit or vegetables.
So do males of my age. I'll do fruits and vegetables, but not avocados. Dana loves the avocados. I'm lukewarm on avocados.
Okay.
Here we go.
Our small announcement on Friday. Our tease for you to listen today
was we had a small announcement. Because we're not big enough to make big announcements.
No.
But this is big for us. Remember way back when, all those months ago?
I'm excited about this, by the way.
Yes. We used to have a game we'd play every weekday called 2K Wordplay. That's the envelope.
I have an envelope in my hands. It's Curt and Jen's 2K wordplay forms that we use.
You know what's funny is there's probably, I don't know, I'm going to say we pre-did, I don't know, 100 of these forms, and then they said, oh, by the way,
you're out.
Go.
See ya. Bye.
So,
pack it up. Go.
Because we don't want to waste paper, and we already had the forms done, we're bringing back our wordplay game.
Only it's not 2K because we don't have any US dollars to give away.
It's going to be 0K wordplay this time. However, you do get to win an awesome gift certificate from Sean O'Donnell's American Grill and Irish Pub, right? That's what we're giving away.
They have lots of locations. So,
right. And thanks to Sean for
that was really nice of him.
We like the podcast. Here's some stuff to give away. So what we want you to do, we can't, take phone calls live right now and all that kind of stuff like we've done on the radio, but please email us and say, hey, I would like to play 2K.
0K. No. 0K.
I would like to play 0K wordplay. And then all we need is some contact information.
We need your name. Here's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
We need your name, and we need what number we can contact you, because it might be early in the morning.
It could be early in the morning.
It will likely be early in the morning.
Right.
And you need to email us at curtandjeninthemorning@gmail.com. And you're like, oh my gosh, that is long. We're going to try to
come up with a shorter one, and we'll also put a link in that you can just click on.
I will have a link in Facebook. I will have a link on this, whatever platform you're on. Right. We'll have it on like in our description of the show.
But again, in case you don't know how 2K wordplay works,
let's do this.
Explaining the game, basically.
Let's do a little. I'm just going to pull one out. We might use this sometime. Ready? Right. So we would call you and we would say, "Hey, Larry, who would you like to play with, Curt or Jen?" And you pick one of us to play with.
Maybe the person you think that you might think more alike, because we're trying to match up on this. Is a word association game. So Larry's going to say, "Okay, I want to play
with Curt because he's a dude."
Yeah, because he's a dude. So I will then leave the room.
Right.
And then you'll ask Larry. Okay,
first thing 5 words. You get 5 words, and it's the first thing that comes to mind. So once Larry answers, then Curt comes in and tries to match Larry's answers.
Okay, so give me one of the words.
Screw.
The word is screw. The first thing that comes to mind is screwdriver.
Right.
Okay. Is that
That's
what Larry
probably
said?
what Larry said,
okay,
too.
great. So I'm 1 for 1. Give me another one.
Picture.
Picture frame.
That's what I would say.
Okay, so Larry said picture frame. We're pretending.
Okay. Trap.
Mouse? No.
Mousetrap.
Larry said sand trap, like because he's a golfer. So.
Yes.
I missed that one or whatever. That's how the game works.
Yes.
All right.
And you'll have 5 words. So
And
there.
then
So
if
there
we
you
match,
go.
If you match 5 words, you'll get a gift certificate to Sean O'Donnell's. If you match 1 word,
You get
you'll
a gift certificate to Sean O'Donnell's. It's for playing along, and if you win, you know what? Maybe if they win, if they get all 5, they get 2 gift cards.
That's what I was just thinking.
They get 2 gift cards.
There we go.
It's
Yeah.
super fun. It's a very fun game, and
We
you know
love this.
it's fun to play along with. So if you're not the one actually playing,
Mm-hmm.
you can still play along and see if you'd match the answers.
Right. So we have a blast doing it as well. We learn
It is
about
fun.
each other too. You learn
Yeah.
about each other. So again, the
Text
super
us
long
if you wanna play.
email.
Kurt and Jen in the morning at gmail.com.
That's Curt with a C. Curt
And Jen with
in the
one
morning.
N. And spelled out. It's too many.
We're gonna
too
switch
many
that.
things.
I'll
We
fix
gotta-
that. We'll get something
Yeah,
else.
we got to figure that out.
Okay, so we have stuff for you tomorrow. Besides, signing up to play for Curt and Jen's 0K
wordplay.
Go for it, Jen. What
I
do you
hope
got?
you find fun music for that, by the way. Tomorrow, we want to know the films or movies
Mm-hmm.
that caught you completely off guard. The movies that had crazy, surprising plot twists.
Should I use the obvious one or not?
Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mind blower for me. I was going,
Yes.
yeah.
We're not even going to tell you what it was because some people are like, I've never seen The Sixth Sense in 100
You
years.
should. If you've not seen The Sixth Sense, go watch it.
But
It's an
that's
old
one
movie.
with a
Bruce
crazy,
Willis.
surprising plot twist that left you leaving the movie thinking, wow,
That was
I
a
did
good
not see
one.
that coming.
That was a good one.
By the way, my friend Jody thought it was a plot twist in the movie, was the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, right?
Okay.
About Queen?
Yeah.
Okay. She didn't know that Freddie Mercury had passed away. So at the end of the movie,
When he passed away, she's like, plot twist.
she's like tears and she's like, I didn't know he was going to die. It's like, okay.
man.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's not a plot twist exactly. That's just not knowing what happened in real life.
You mentioned the movie The Prestige.
Oh, yeah. No, let's do anymore because we want people to.
Okay, all
right.
right, all right.
I love
so
that
tell
movie,
us that.
The
Tell us your movie where it completely was like mind blowing for you.
Caught you off guard with that twist or whatever. Yeah. And we will, send them in and we'll have that for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Along with some of our own.
All right, you guys have an awesome week. Happy Monday to you. Make good choices, find joy, spread kindness. Thanks for listening.